Hi guys, I'm back again today with a continuation of Surah Yunus, which is Jonah, and we are continuing from 21 to probably 40 today, and we're gonna continue on Tuesday as well. For me, it's gonna be on a Monday, but you guys will see it's on a Tuesday. So before we do start, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Click that bell button so you're notified whenever I do upload a video. So guys, let's continue.
So wait, indeed, I am with you among those who wait.
وَإِذَا أَذَقْنَا النَّاسَ رَحْمَةً مِّن بَعْدِ ضَرَّاءَ مَسَّتْهُمْ إِذَا لَهُم مَّكْرٌ فِي آيَاتِنَا قُلِ اللَّهُ أَسْرَعُ مَكْرًا إِنَّ رُسُلَنَا يَكْتُبُونَ مَا تَمْكُرُونَ.
And when we give the people a taste of mercy after adversity has touched them, at once they conspire against our verses. Say, Allah is swifter in strategy. Indeed, our messengers record that which you conspire.
هو الذي يسيركم في البر والبحر حتى إذا كنتم في الفلك وجرين بهم بريح طيبة وفرحوا بها جاءتها ريح عاصف وجاءهم الموج من كل مكان وظنوا أنهم أحيط بهم دعوا الله مخلصين له الدين لئن أنجيتنا من هذه لنكونن من الشاكرين.
It is He who enables you to travel on land and sea until, when you are in ships and they sail with them by a good wind and they rejoice therein, there comes a storm wind and the waves come upon them from everywhere, and they assume that they are surrounded, supplicating Allah, sincere to Him in religion. If you should save us from this, we will surely be among the thankful.
فَلَمَّا أَنْجَاهُمْ إِذَا هُمْ يَبْغُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ بِغَيْرِ الْحَقِّ يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسُ إِنَّمَا بَغْيُكُمْ عَلَى أَنفُسِكُمْ مَتَاعَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا ثُمَّ إِلَيْنَا مَرْجِعُكُمْ فَنُنَبِّئُكُم بِمَا كُنتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ.
But when He saves them, at once they commit injustice upon the earth without right. O mankind, your injustice is only against yourselves, being merely the enjoyment of worldly life. Then to us is your return, and we will inform you of what you used to do.
إنما مثل الحياة الدنيا كماء إن أنزلناه من السماء فاختلط به نبات الأرض مما يأكل الناس والأنعام حتى إذا أخذت الأرض زخرفها وزينت وظن أهلها أنهم قادرون عليها أتاها أمرنا ليلا أو نهارا فجعلناها حصيدا كأن لم تغن بالأمس كذلك نفصل الآيات لقوم يتفكرون.
An ad. That's what I wanted to say. An ad. Actually, I was gonna pause also after like this English explanation. Why did I pause it? I should have just played it.
This is for the ones who need to spark the
But
energy.
there's an ad.
It's time to up.
But oh, my internet.
The example of this worldly life is but like rain which we have sent down from the sky that the plants of the earth absorb, those from which men and livestock eat, until, when the earth has taken on its adornment and is beautified, and its people suppose that they have capability over it, there comes to it our command by night or by day, and we make it as a harvest, as if it had not flourished yesterday. Thus do we explain in detail the signs for a people who give thought.
والله يدعو إلى دار السلام ويهدي من يشاء إلى صراط مستقيم.
And Allah invites to the home of peace and guides whom He wills to a straight path.
Okay, so there was one, I think it was verse 22 or 23 that talked about how when people are in distress, they call upon God, of course, to help, and they will say, we will repent if you help us. And then they get help, and then they still go back to doing this, like sinning. And I guess that is like still happening, obviously, and even more now.
للذين أحسنوا الحسنى وزيادة ولا يرهق وجوههم قتر ولا ذلة أولئك أصحاب الجنة هم فيها خالدون.
For them who have done good is the best reward, and extra. No darkness will cover their faces, nor humiliation. Those are companions of paradise. They will abide therein eternally.
والذين كسبوا السيئات جزاء سيئة بمثلها وترهقهم ذلة ما لهم من الله من عاصم كأنما أغشيت وجوههم قطعا من الليل مظلما أولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون.
But they who have earned blame for evil doings, the recompense of an evil deed is its equivalent, and humiliation will cover them. They will have from Allah no protector. It will be as if their faces are covered with pieces of the night, so dark are they. Those are the companions of the fire. They will abide therein eternally.
ويوم نحشرهم جميعا ثم نقول للذين أشركوا مكانكم أنتم وشركاؤكم فزيلنا بينهم وقال شركاؤهم ما كنتم إيانا تعبدون.
And mention, O Muhammad, the day we will gather them all together. Then we will say to those who associated others with Allah, remain in your place, you and your partners. Then we will separate them, and their partners will say, "You did not use to worship us."
فكفى بالله شهيدا بيننا وبينكم إن كنا عن عبادتكم لغافلين.
And sufficient is Allah as a witness between us and you, that we were of your worship unaware.
هنالك تبلو كل نفس ما أسلفت وردوا إلى الله مولاهم الحق وضل عنهم ما كانوا يفترون.
There, on that day, every soul will be put to trial for what they did previously, and they will be returned to Allah, their Master, the truth, and lost from them is whatever they used to invent.
قل من
I even forgot that we were doing reactions. And lost from them is whatever they used to invent. Every soul will be put to trial for what it did previously. I love that it in the Quran it says it, because a soul obviously is now is you know, it's not inside of this vessel anymore, so it's now like it, right? And they will be returned to Allah, their Master, the truth, and lost from them is what they used to invent.
Is whatever they used to invent.
قل من يرزقكم من السماء والأرض أم من يملك السمع والأبصار ومن يخرج الحي من الميت ويخرج الميت من الحي ومن يدبر الأمر فسيقولون الله فقل أفلا تتقون.
Say, who provides for you from the heaven and the earth? Or who controls hearing and sight, and who brings the living out of the dead, and brings the dead out of the living, and who arranges every matter? They will say, Allah. So say, then will you not fear him?
فذلكم الله ربكم الحق فماذا بعد الحق إلا الضلال فأنى تصرفون.
For that is Allah, your Lord, the truth. And what can be beyond truth except error? So how are you averted?
I was having not really existential crisis. It was more of I don't know what I was watching or what it was exactly, but I think it was like a documentary, probably. I'm not sure what I was watching at that moment, but there's a guy who said, I'm so forgetful. Trust me, I'm the most forgetful person in the world. Sometimes I forget my name, so maybe I'll have amnesia one day, but now that I remember things, thank God. And also sometimes I tell my friends that's why I do videos, because I will forget a lot of things in my life, and these videos will remind me who I was. I can watch myself when I'm forgetful, when I'm old. And anyways, going back, see me. Going back, this person said that there is something that made him stop believing in God. And then as soon as he said that, I start having this thoughts, because I like to think very, very deep. And I was like, how does it feel to not believe in God? what in the world? Oh yes, I was watching is it Buddies? Like the secret something something. You know this that Indian Netflix show that 9 people hang themselves? No, 11? Yeah, 11 people hang themselves. Was it 9 or 11? I'm not sure. Hang themselves in India, and one of the people doing the interview, I think it was the brother, he stopped believing in God. Yeah, because his family obviously all died, and he said, I stopped believing in God after that, because why would God do that? He has his, you know, of course he has his issues to sort out. But then that sentence started making me think, and I was like, oh my gosh, just imagine, like, how can we exist if there's no God? And then some people think that we are a simulation. If we are a simulation, who created the simulation? Right? Like, think about it. We didn't just appear from thin air. Did we? We didn't. That's so weird. So I started going to this rabbit hole of like craziness. But obviously, I don't think I'll ever get to a point of my life wherein I will stop believing in God. And maybe I say that now, but I cannot not believe in a creator. Maybe I mean, I don't know which path, maybe I don't know which path that is the truth yet, but I don't think there will ever come a part of me that will not believe in a source, creator, God, Allah. Okay, I don't think there will be ever a part of me. And even if things happen, I'm gonna knock on all the woods in the world, but even if things happen that hopefully doesn't happen, but that will test my faith, I still will believe in God, because it's just a weird world to live in, not believing of a higher source, right? It's kind of weird. Anyways, I'm going back into that rabbit hole of like over analyzing. Let's continue. I just remember that's why. If you haven't watched the Secret Hangin, I think it's called, or the Secret House, watch it on Netflix. It's crazy. I love those like murder mysteries or like crime investigation, because like I said, I don't know, I'm always thinking about like weird things. So I'm always thinking, how do people end up like that? Oh, that would be a nice topic to kind of like delve into also. Like, how do people, in Arabic explanation, of course, because I've watched a lot of like scientific explanation, I've watched a lot of spiritual explanation, but I haven't really reacted to like an Islamic explanation, if there will be one. But I want to dig deep into that also, like what happens to the psyche of a person that leads them to hurt other people. Thank God, you know, that we were given, I'm not sure, yeah, I think I can say thank God for giving us like minds that are not harming other people. Like I cannot let's just continue, because I was gonna say I cannot imagine hurting others like that, but I don't know why they do it. Obviously some of them is pure evil, but the others is psychological. So that is another topic on its own. Rookie, where are we going with this? It's dark outside, you don't see the lights, so maybe that's why my mind is going crazy. right now.
What can be beyond truth except error? So how are you averted?
كذلك حقت كلمة ربك على الذين فسقوا أنهم لا يؤمنون.
Thus the word of your Lord has come into effect upon those who defiantly disobeyed, that they will not believe.
قل هل من شركائكم من يبدأ الخلق ثم يعيده قل الله يبدأ الخلق ثم يعيده فأنى تؤفكون.
Say, are there of your partners any who begins creation and then repeats it? Say, Allah begins creation and then repeats it. So how are you deluded?
Exactly. Exactly. It's like, is there anyone you know in the world that has created someone apart from obviously the birth, right? Because maybe that's it, and maybe that's why people. I have so many like confused arguments in my head. So we're just going to go. We're gonna go around the bush if I keep asking questions that are dumb. But how are they deluded? I'm gonna say they because they will not watch this video in the first place. So I'm gonna say they because the people who are watching this are not deluded. Like, how can they say there's no creator if they haven't seen somebody create? But I know that those people are gonna be like, hello, pregnancy, hello, sex, if I can say that word.
قل هل من شركائكم من يهدي إلى الحق قل الله يهدي للحق أفمن يهدي إلى الحق أحق أن يتبع أم من لا يهدي إلا أن يهدى فما لكم كيف تحكمون.
Say, are there of your partners any who guides to the truth? Say, Allah guides to the truth. So is he who guides to the truth more worthy to be followed, or he who guides not unless he is guided? Then what is wrong with you? How do you judge? He is guided. Say, are there of your partners any who guides to the truth? Say, Allah guides to the truth. So is he who guides to the truth more worthy to be followed, or he who guides not unless he is guided? Then what is wrong with you? How do you judge?
I need to read that again because I'm so confused. I need like it's confusing. You know how grammar gets confusing because of the question answer. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a very confusing statement. I don't know the conclusion. I don't know what it means. So I need to reread it again to figure it out.
وما يتبع أكثرهم إلا ظنا إن الظن لا يغني من الحق شيئا إن الله عليم بما يفعلون.
And most of them follow not except assumption. Indeed, assumption avails not against the truth at all. Indeed, Allah is knowing of what they do.
وما كان هذا القرآن أن يفترى من دون الله ولكن تصديق الذي بين يديه ولكن تصديق الذي بين يديه وتفصيل الكتاب لا ريب فيه من رب العالمين.
And it was not possible for this Quran to be produced by other than Allah, but it is a confirmation of what was before it and a detailed explanation of the former scripture, about which there is no doubt, from the Lord of the worlds.
أم يقولون افتراه قل فأتوا بسورة مثله وادعوا من استطعتم من دون الله إن كنتم صادقين.
Or do they say about the Prophet, he invented it? Say, then bring forth a surah like it and call upon for assistance whomever you can besides Allah, if you should be truthful.
بل كذبوا بما لم يحيطوا بعلمه ولما يأتهم تأويله كذلك كذب الذين من قبلهم فانظر كيف كان عاقبة الظالمين.
Rather, they have denied that which they encompass not in knowledge, and whose interpretation has not yet come to them. Thus did those before them deny. Then observe how was the end of the wrongdoers.
ومنهم من يؤمن به ومنهم من لا يؤمن به وربك أعلم بالمفسدين.
And of them are those who believe in it, and of them are those who do not believe in it. And your Lord is most knowing of the corruptors.
Okay, so we're gonna end at 40. And sometimes when I look like on the camera, especially when we are reacting, and I look at the camera, there's two things I'm looking at. First, I think I'm seeing stuff, but I think it's the scarf. So I look at the camera that I am alone in this video. Second is the timer on the camera to see if it's still recording, if we're still record. Maybe I'm just reacting and there's no recording, right? Like the last time. But anyways, Surah Yunus is really it makes me question a lot of things. Like it makes you question a lot of life situation, and I like that. It makes you think, it makes you question, it makes you think, it makes you, and it gives you answers as well, but not like, it gives you very like in-depth answers to questions that you have or previously had. I just want to also get to, I'm not rushing it, but I want to get into the story of Jonah, because I want to compare to what I know from what I've heard of the story of Jonah. Okay, so I want to go to that part. And yes, let me know what you think. I'll see you again with a continuation on Tuesday for most of you guys, maybe Monday for others of you who live like in Europe or America, but in Asia, maybe Australia, it will be on a Tuesday. Let me know what you guys thought. If you like this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.